Jackie used to work for me, and she came to pick up some meds. I said, we're going over to Victory
that's
Gallop.
so funny.
This
That
is
is
Cheryl.
So hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Duke is shooting, of course.
Hi, Duke. Nice to meet you.
This is Joanne.
Hi,
These
Duke.
are our
Nice to
producers.
meet you.
So they're
Nice to
shooting
meet
when you
you.
least expect it.
Okay. Yes.
I am
Welcome,
so
welcome.
sorry. that
No,
we're late.
no. Oh gosh, please. Like I said, I was bathing a dog. I got my got
God.
skunked where I was working out, so I had to put him in my car. And so,
Oh, no.
Everything from the playground and the dumpster back is what is leased out by Victory Gallop. So that's
Okay.
kind of ours. So Dave's building is up there. We do use some of the garage space, and his clinic's up there. And then we obviously live in the house. But everything back here is for Victory Gallop. So
Are you eating a dog toy?
yeah.
Oh,
he's a
you
little dog
are?
ball. Yeah, he's chewing a ball, yeah. And so this little guy
Yeah.
right here, Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson is our second. We were the first program in the United States to certify a program a pony to go directly into the hospitals and ride in the elevator and do room-to-room visits. His name was Petey the Pony, and he was in People magazine and on Animal Planet. So he died about 7 years ago, and then we shipped Willie Nelson in from Colorado. So now he's been doing it for 7 years, and he was virtually on the Kelly Clarkson show during COVID because she wanted to do him, and it was COVID, so we did it virtually.
This Willie Nelson is an 11-year-old gray-haired miniature therapy horse who's certified to go room to room inside hospitals to cheer up young patients. We have him on the line along with Sue, the co-founder of Victory Gallop, a therapeutic equestrian program just for kids. So Sue, I've definitely heard of like therapy animals visiting hospitals, but never a horse. This is unusual, right?
Hey, Kelly.
Hi.
It is.
But yeah, so he goes once a week. He goes to Akron Children's, to Rainbows, and to the Seidman Cancer Center.
Oh, that's
and and he
wonderful.
like I said, we bathe them, and then he rides right up and down the elevators. We go up and down the hallways and go right into people's rooms. So yeah, so that's Willie Nelson. So he that kind of put us on the map because, like I said, there was no other program ever doing it when we did it.
Oh, that's
so
wonderful.
yeah. So
Do you put like a little poop diaper on him? Do they get upset about that?
Housebroken.
Oh,
He's
good.
pretty housebroken. So we know his signs. He's good. In the morning when he goes, we don't give him anything to eat.
Yeah.
And then he's pretty good about letting us know. He'll turn his head towards the side or get a little, we call it potty dance, do a little
Potty
dance.
dance,
And then we had a foundation totally. This is Piper. That's Nova. Hi. Yeah. So these are the two rescues. These are rescue ones.
Oh, I'm glad you got a hound because nobody wants it, and they're always running loose.
I know.
Oh my God.
So, and they're my son's dog. This is my son's
I know. We're strangers. We're very strange.
It's okay. Nova's my watchdog. And she's like, what is that camera? What is that, Nova? She's like, I don't think so. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
What is this little dog?
That is, she's from One of a Kind Rescue, so we think Beagle something mix. And Nova, we're not sure. They said, I don't even remember, lab, I don't know, box, who knows? A little bit of everything. Probably she has a bark like a hound dog, so who knows? You know, so.
Look how obedient though.
She's, my son's a dog trainer.
Oh, well, there you go.
His dogs are very obedient.
That was a compliment to you.
Yeah, my dog's not so much, but his dogs listen. My dog's, not so much.
Coming out now.
This is Pi, one of our older horses. This is Mick, one of our volunteers.
Hi.
And Mick comes out twice a week and grooms horses.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He says this is his therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah, so this is
I didn't
Pi.
bring an apple. I should
okay,
have. I
that's
have
all
a
right.
lot.
Yeah,
I
that's-
need to clean the fridge out. We're leaving, so.
He's good.
He's the sweetest one.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Hi, sweetheart.
He's a saint. Yes. So beautiful. Nova.
He's camera shy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So all of our horses, as you know, they're usually donated. Most of
Oh,
them
is that right?
Most of them are older. They come from like careers and they've been showing, doing stuff. Pi came to us actually from Ocala, Florida. Lady contacted us via Facebook and said, I have a wonderful horse. You want him? I'll ship him up there. So she shipped him up. He's 28, I think. So yeah, so a lot of them are older. Yeah.
What's their lifespan?
You know what? Most horses nowadays, just like people and dogs, are living longer. So people are working horses a lot more into their late 20s. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he'll probably, 30s. We won't use him that long. He actually is probably going to get retired this winter, just because he's just needs it. And he has something called Cushing's, which gives him a long hair coat, and he just needed. Yeah, he has been on a lot of meds and stuff. But I have 2 volunteers that. Want to adopt them and take them to their farm, and so that's really nice. So so Debbie's finishing up in the barn here, but I'll show you.
I saw on your Facebook page, it looks like you had a fun Halloween party.
Oh my gosh, we do that all week long
How
for Halloween.
cute was that?
So this is our barn. This was my best birthday present ever.
Oh,
My husband bought it for me. It's an electric cart.
Wow.
Best birthday present. Dave's like, you're the only one I know that'd be so excited to get a birthday gift.
I would like
That's an electric poop cart. I'm like, hey. So excuse the mess.
Oh my gosh, you
set up for Halloween.
party.
But this is we have lessons today too, and we're decorating. So the kids get to come in and kind of pick their costume.
How fun.
So this was Petey the pony, and that photo back there is the photo from People magazine when he was in People. So this is a view of him in the hospital.
And the Beacon did that one.
This was the Beacon, and we actually, when he died, we had a memorial service out here, and we had 220 people come.
I believe it.
I'm like, what the heck? Not that many people are coming to my funeral, that's for sure. But we buried him here at the farm, and people came out. He was pretty special. So,
Who did this, Sue? This is lovely too. Did the
kids
do it?
It's the kids. Yeah. So we had a craft day. That was. In the beginning, we had just opened that barn. We still had a red barn where Dave's barn is.
Yes.
And then this was our latest one. We have summer camps, non-riding summer camps. So that was one they did.
That one.
Yeah,
I
we've been
love
trying to sort of update them every now and then.
Look at the outfits. How fun for those
yes,
kids.
this is hippie. Then we do a Dalmatian where we stick these, and then we have Hawaiian, and then we have more in the trunk over there.
And they're coming today again?
They're coming, we have lessons all week. So we have 68 kids a week that come to the program, all diagnosed with something. So they all have some type of diagnoses. This is called our activities room. So we turn the lights out. It's a two-way mirror so the parents can see out, but the kids can no longer see in.
What a great idea.
Yeah, so
we
the
have a
parents are sitting
Doberman
there.
too.
That one is Debbie's. That's not mine. That's Debbie's. And this room has the bathroom and stuff. So we
Do you do
crafts in here.
adults too?
No, we just dedicated this program to kids 3 to 18.
Okay.
Yeah, and so most of them are on the spectrum, and then there's our People magazine thing up there. I forgot we had that up there. Nowadays, a lot of it is anxiety and mental health stuff.
Yeah, I bet.
It's just ever since COVID, it saddens me. And the thing is, the age has gotten so young. 4 or 5 year old kids. I'm like, how does a 4-year-old kid already have so much anxiety?
I know.
Unless we've created it.
Yeah.
Our society has created it. It's not because they were born like that.
Right.
But there's a lot of that now, so we have quite a bit.
But I just love all this for them.
it's really
They
fun.
must have such a
Oh,
ball.
they love Halloween week.
So they get dressed up and then they get to
the
ride.
the kids come dressed in their costumes, and we don't ride on Halloween week. They decorate the horses, and then we do a parade, and then we do bobbing for apples. So you put
that's
black
so
feed tubs
fun.
out, fill them with water, put the apples in, and then you take your horse and the first horse to bite the apple. That person wins the bobbing for apples.
I was hoping the
Yes.
horses were bobbing.
So, they are. It is the horses. Yes, the horses bobbing. Yes, so the horses do the
you
bobbing.
do.
So some of them love it. Some of them just stand there in the bucket like, you really want me to put my face in that water? I don't think so. So that's that. So this is our activities room, and then this is our old cat. He's like about 19 or 20.
Yeah, I got a 21-year-old.
So,
I'll
so
fix
he
him up.
Yeah, I just kind of wandered.
Capri would like it.
Yeah, he just kind of wandered.
Oh, this is great.
Right, that's our wash doll.
Yeah.
And then our
arena.
We're doing a game. We're doing a concentration Halloween game as well. So, but this is our arena where we teach.
Oh, it's
and,
lovely.
Thanks. So we use a lot of. We have a room here filled with games. So because our kids don't have physical disabilities,
Yeah.
we are able to teach a pretty normal lesson, but we do a lot of numbers and letters and games and
That
colors
is
and patterns.
wonderful.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll talk about more in the podcast, but we have a theme for each session, and then we have horse shows at the end of each session, so they get medals and awards and cookies and and so but we do most of our teaching in here just because it keeps the kids focused, more centered. You know what I mean? We had this set up as an outdoor riding ring and ended up turning it into two
That
dry
makes
paddocks.
total sense.
Yeah, and then we're fortunate we back up to the Bath Nature Preserve, so we do a lot of trail rides too. And so
Do you ever go on the solar system one?
no, because we need to stay kind of on the horse path.
Yeah, that's right. You have to stay
Yeah,
on the horse
yeah.
path.
And then this is our tack room. So
Oh, it's lovely.
Thank you. So each horse has its
Oh my
its
gosh.
stuff, and so it's little. But and then all the kids wear helmets, obviously.
Oh, right.
But a lot of our kids bring their own, but if not, we we provide them for them and stuff like that. So so
it's
they have their own
wonderful.
stuff, and
Oh, look, and all these horses named. Oh,
we
there's
do
five.
it. We do it so the kids can make it simple. So the very first stall is the first horse, and his stuff is the first stall.
I
So
gotcha.
if they can't read, we can look for the number one. Everything is one for you for one stall, one here, one there, or we just do a bunch of colors of the buckets. So
That's so good.
well, what we really want is the kids to do the have the hands on. So we don't want it to be that you tack the horse up and you do all this. There's no reason. So everything in the buckets is the same. The same 5 grooming tools. Everything kind of looks similar, the same. So they kind of learn. They don't mess it up. The only thing they get we do have colorful saddle pads.
Okay.
So they can pick what they like, and then we do size the saddles for the size of the child. That's the only thing that we don't let them pick. We tell them which.
Oh,
size.
yeah, 'cause you know best on that.
Well, yeah, and some of the kids are
Absolutely.
more narrow, wider, need a deeper base. You know what I mean? So, and we have about 80 volunteers a week that come out.
Oh my
and just
goodness.
Like Mick came out one time and just said, I need a play. I used to have horses. I miss them. I'm
Look at
retired. And
that.
so he comes twice a week and brings every single horse in one at a time.
And I'll tell you, retiree is always on time and always there.
Well, we have
Very
another gentleman on
dependable.
Monday night who's a retired cop.
Oh,
and
really?
so he brings donuts from Krispy Kreme.
Oh, there
and
you
I don't know
go.
if you saw on the website, but on Monday night he dressed up with the donut hat and he had an apron on, and he came in with all these bags. So now Monday is donut day.
Oh my
I
God,
know,
he looks like he works
did.
there.
I mean, that's what I mean. I mean, he came in.
And he's a retired cop.
I love that.
Akron cop. So
I
it's just,
love that.
and the same thing.
my
He's just
God.
like, I just want to do whatever I can, So the kids every Monday they come in and they're like, Mr. Tom, did you bring donuts? And he's like 80 years old.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cute.
and he's our poop patrol. So he sits for 3 hours in that
does the
chair,
poop.
and anytime a horse poops, he goes and gets it. Does it for 3 solid
I love
hours.
it.
That's what he does every Monday night.
He's going to get groomed.
He's gonna get groomed, yeah. So you can see he
Look
has
at
pink,
that.
kind of pink clothes. He got decorated.
He did.
get decorated.
I saw that when he
So
was
some of the
coming in.
horses still have some paint on them from yesterday.
Oh, my God.
So he was a Dalmatian, and then they decided halfway through he was going to be a party animal Dalmatian.
Oh, party
so
animal,
They got
okay.
the paint out and started painting, and yeah, I don't know if he was as thrilled as the kids were, but have you brought Dolce in yet?
No.
He has a lot of dry paint on him too. We
Yeah.
tried to get it off of him,
Scalped
but.
it on his head.
Oh yeah, he had that daisy or that
Yeah.
flower. Someone painted a flower on his head.
Look
So
at
yeah,
that.
we can walk out this way and I'll show you. Back here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I love this back here.
Yeah. So.
So this backs up to Bath Nature
So
Preserve.
yeah. So if you can see kind of the white
Yeah,
trail.
I do.
So we own kind of to the tall grass. So
Got
we
it.
own on the other side of the creek.
Yeah.
And then it's awesome. So we have a path that takes us all the way down.
That's
and then we have a
fabulous.
bridge that goes over the creek. Which is
Wow.
super nice because then the kids love to go across the bridge, and we always tell them there's a troll, but you can hear the horses.
You have to
it
pay the
echoes.
toll.
Exactly, you have to say something funny or whatever.
Yeah,
And then we have access. It's called Beefy's Trail, but if you take this trail, it'll lead you right to the parking lot on Ira Road.
Oh my gosh,
So
I
that's
know
as far as
exactly
we
where that
go. So we go up to the parking lot on Ira Road, turn around, and come back. So this is it's awesome.
I have to
And
ask you, is this the cemetery?
It is. It is.
Oh,
It is.
God
We have
bless. Look at that.
numerous horses, too many dogs.
Oh, I know.
And the sad thing is I have a pipe that broke. So the excavator came out and I said, listen,
You
I
can't
said,
dig here.
I'm just telling you, you're going to have to because we have to fix this pipe. I said, but you need to be careful when I go. If you come across bones,
Yes.
cover it back up because there's probably some there. So anyhow, we have pastures that go down. We have 4 paddocks.
That's lovely.
And yeah, right now we've closed everything down, so this one's kind of a mess. But this is where we turn them out just because we try to keep them out as long as we can.
Beautiful.
So this is our herd of horses, and like I said, backing up to the nature preserve, that's the kids' favorite thing to do. is
Oh,
to
I
go out on
bet.
the trail. And, they come a lot of times. This time of year they've been in school, so they come at the end of the day very stressed,
Yeah, yeah.
exhausted
Need
from
to
being
get rid of
told
it.
all day, and so they just like to go out in the woods. And we just do like Monday I took a group out, so I went out early and I hid stuffed animals all over the woods.
Oh,
so
how
we called
fun.
it Boo at the Zoo.
Yeah.
But it was our Boo at the Zoo. So I'm like, we wanted a trail ride and we had to search for all the stuffed animals. So yes, and so we try to do fun
lovely.
things like that out there and stuff. So yeah.
I think all the things you thought of for the kids, the Halloween thing, then the scavenger hunt with the
Right.
What a
Boo at the Zoo.
great
Yeah.
idea.
Thank you. We really
so creative.
try to be super creative because like I said, we're a little limited in what you're going to be able to teach them equestrian wise because
Yeah.
of the horses you get.
Yeah,
So
sure.
if you have to teach according to what your horse is. So I have a bunch of quarter horses that maybe are slow trotters and that movement. You kind of have to teach more that theme. If you have
Sure.
some big moving horses, it just really varies. So we just try to be very
Just
creative
wonderful.
in the games. And we play a lot of games and activities, but we do. We teach them barrel race patterns and pole bending patterns, and we have a
my
dressage
goodness.
session, and they all have to, in the fall, they all have to go through and learn serpentines and diagonals and all that stuff, and then we put it together in our own little test, and then we have a judge, then they come in,
they
everybody
have like a
rides,
little-
they all ride their individual test according to their levels, just like
Like
at
a
a dressage
recital.
show. Yeah, exactly. But for these kids, it's the only time they have something to share with their grandparents.
Well, true.
And they don't play other sports. They
No,
don't have
you're
a lot
right.
of friends.
You're right.
So it's the one time they can bring grandma and grandpa out and be
how
really proud of
proud.
themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I
that's
just
kind
love
of
it.
us. Yeah, we have about 14
Wonderful.
acres. I think we're a little shy of 14 acres. And
I'm trying to think, when did you guys, we bought here in 85, the year I got into vet school, unfortunately.
okay, so
then I drove back and forth.
So Dave and I got married in 89.
Okay.
And all of this was part of Mr. Firestone's property. So he owns
That's right.
1,900 acres.
Yes.
So I met him about maybe a month after I was actually teaching at Pegasus, and I was trying to get him to donate money to Pegasus. Met him, and then the day I met him, he said, "I want to hire you to run my barn." So he moved Dave and I out literally within 3 days. We were living
No
in Chagrin
kidding.
to his property, which is straight
I
out
remember,
that way.
yeah.
So we lived in one of the tenant homes there, and I
Okay.
took care of his horses. So
I'll be darned.
his farm manager lived in a house in front of our house, a little white house in front of our
Okay.
house. So Mr. Firestone and I, because I rode with him every day, we would ride up here to check in with Beefy about what was going on at the farm. So I knew all the property and
knew
all
the
the land.
property.
So Dave and I left for 1 year to go to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then in 1995 we came back, and that's right around the time Mr. Firestone had passed.
And I remember he willed all
to
of.
Ohio State.
That's right.
Because he wanted them to bring their agriculture school up
Yeah.
here, and they had no intention.
I
They
remember
sold
that.
it for I'm sure a buku.
I
So at
remember
the time
that.
it was sold, the guy that bought it, we knew him. Anyhow, we bought this part of it just because we wanted to be on Mr. Firestone's property. So it's a
Oh, how
long
nice
story,
is
but
that?
yeah.
And it stayed veterinary.
Yes,
You
yes,
know?
yes. So it stayed. I mean, he would have at least been happy.
He would
with
have
that.
loved
yes.
that instead of
So-
a development like down
Yeah,
the
and
road.
it's development everywhere. I mean, when we bought this, there was, all the land here
Oh,
and all
right.
that was Mr.
Yeah,
Firestone's. I
yeah.
mean, there was nothing. So,
Wow.
but now it's all, but it's great. I mean, this community has been so good to us.
It's lovely.
I mean, they have been so kind and so good. And,
Now,
it's-
who's this? I didn't meet this one.
this horse's name is Carson.
Oh, I love that.
He was purchased for us by the Carson Higgins Foundation. So Carson rode with us for probably 7 years. He had cancer, and they thought it was gone. And actually, he was in a lesson, and he was telling me how sore his back is. So I said to his parents, "I go, something doesn't seem right with Carson." They took him in the next day. The cancer had come back. He fought it for about a year, and then he passed. And so the family has started a massive foundation, and they donate every year. And then we were looking to buy a horse, and they're like, "We'd really love to buy one and name it Carson." And it happened that his favorite horse was named Hobby, who was also white. So we found this horse, and they're like, "Oh, we would love to buy him for your program."
Beautiful.
So they did, and he came from Tennessee.
Oh, really?
And, yeah,
He seems
so
very
came up from
gentle.
yes, he is. He's very gentle. So he came up from Tennessee, and his name is Carson. And so we're like again really blessed with the people that support us.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah, so,
And the minis are adorable.
I know, I thank you. That one is useless. He does.
I was
nothing.
going to say, who's that? We're not listening.
Norman.
We're not
No,
hearing about
he's-
him at all.
Norman, he's useless.
He has no
Totally
claim to
useless.
fame.
Yeah, he just is a babysitter for Willie, and
Willie
yeah.
kind of is the notoriety.
Yes, and Willie
Thank you
yeah,
so
I don't
much.
know if
This
you-
is just so. It'll be so much fun to have you on the show.
Oh, I'm
and
excited.
then Duke, you've got all this B-roll.
Yeah, there's a lot of video now.
Probably
This
more
will
than
be a
you
good-
need.
Yeah, it'll be a good exclusive.
Good, good,
No,
good.
it'll be fun.
And this is Kim. Kim is the partner of my partner.
how are you?
We started the program together.
Oh,
She's
someone's
one of
getting
the,
good blood.
She's one of the.
I'm
yeah,
Alice.
so
Nice to
she's-
meet you. I'm
Kim,
Dave's
nice
So
classmate.
Allison
Oh,
was,
nice
was,
to
a,
meet
was
you.
I'm a
a vet as well.
dermatologist.
Oh, good. Well, I just need to send you over around the corner.
Yeah,
to
there
get
you
your
go.
blood.
No, well, she retired.
Yeah,
and
I still
said to
can
Dave-
draw blood,
That's what
though.
I
But
said
the
to
funny
Dave.
thing was, we've just finished taking Sam's rescue dog to that dermatology in Akron.
Oh, you
Because he's
did.
eating it. She's eating her feet.
Oh.
And Dave's like, if I had known, I would have called Alice.
Yeah,
And I'm like, well, she's
anytime
probably
I can.
retired. She
I'm
probably would
like,
rather-
I'm
Yeah.
right around the
Yeah.
block.
Oh.
So yeah,
So
well,
I
she
can
is
zip
retired,
right
but
over.
she can still do stuff.
But I leave Saturday for Florida
Yeah,
for 6
so
months. So
anyway,
that's why
so-
we had to rush and get this done
Yes,
today.
so,
today,
but you
so-
know what? You got a perfect day. I mean,
Oh
it
my
rained
gosh.
too
It
long.
is,
It was
yeah.
cold
Couldn't
and yucky, and you at least got some colors. I mean, this place, as much as I love it when it's rainy and snowy,
I
it just
know.
has that like ugh
Yeah.
look.
No,
You know,
this
everything
is
just
it
looks.
looks a beautiful
Yeah,
fall.
yeah. So you got
It
a
really
perfect
is.
day. So this is great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice meeting you. I'm sure I'll see you again. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're getting the lowdown on Norman and
Yes,
Willie
Norman.
and Carson.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And who's the other one?
Blaze. He's
Blaze.
yeah. He came from Chagrin Valley Farms. They're downsizing their riding program. And a friend of mine called me. She's like, he's really old. He's like, he might even be 30. I don't know. He's
Aw.
old. But for what we do with the little
God
tiny
bless him.
kids, you know,
Yeah.
he just basically walks, does a tiny little bit trot.
Yeah.
She's like, he's still really sweet. And I'm like, that's fine. We'll take him. So
Good luck with the blood draw.
Oh, thanks.
Just pull it aside. So we had this foundation wanted to do something for us.
Oh, geez.
It's so
This is
exciting.
good. Oh, I love the license plate already.
Yes, and so we were trying. We used to haul this big trailer. Well, when we go into downtown Cleveland, it is so hard to park this big trailer. With the
Absolutely.
so she's like, we really want to do something big for you guys, and I'm like, well, I have this idea. I don't know if we can make it happen, but we did. So the Alberti Family Foundation donated this, and we created it. It's probably a little bit messy because we have a costume in here. But if you come in, so we put a stall right
Oh
in here.
my goodness,
so we
you
have a
did.
ramp, and then he rides back here with us, so I can pull in and park everywhere. And then we got stuffed animals, and so every kid that he visits
Gets his
a
Willie
card.
Nelson memory.
Yeah, and
Oh.
inside it tells the story of him, and then has our information in case they would want to ride. So every kid gets a stuffed animal
That
when we're
is
done.
so
and
cute.
Yeah, and then so we took this to where Dave got his van done, and they
Yeah.
totally created this. We have a ramp in the back and then a stall. So he rides
Wonderful.
back here, and we're up here. We can give him heat and air conditioning. So it's
Oh
just
my
yeah,
gosh.
it was just, and now I go to nursing homes. I can pull right in.
Oh, I love
mean,
it.
It's just yeah.
You know, you don't think about that. You try to take that horse trailer
And
into
he's so,
downtown
right,
Cleveland.
and he was so tiny, he's flopping all
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
in there.
that's right,
And
that's
and
right.
then we'd get there, and they'd be like, "Can you park over here?" I'm like, "I can't. I'll never get out."
love his little
so yeah, so this
picture
was
on
like
there.
now I zip in, zip out, you know, and it's awesome.
and
so,
he's got his own personalized license
it is.
plate.
It's so this was like
That
this
is
was so nice of
wonderful.
them. And then, like I said, we got the ponies, and so yeah.
Oh,
so,
I love it.
Yeah, so it worked
Oh, and
out
the
really
kids
well.
are on there too.
Yeah, some of our
That's
riders. Yeah,
lovely.
so it was that was a
Lovely.
really cool thing we got. So yeah.
Oh my! Look at that. Oh, that must feel so warm.
I know, because let me tell you, he got the baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, Dawn soap paste for 20 minutes.
Is your car okay? Does
It smells. It smells.
Yeah.
My son has the fan. He keeps going out with Febreze and spraying it into the
Febreze.
fan, and then it flows through the car. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. But he did. Well, the funny thing was, my other Jack Russell has seizures. He just started.
Oh, is that?
seizuring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just been having all
Oh,
these cluster
geez.
seizures. So I was just at MedVet
Yeah.
last week because we were trying to up his phenobarbital, and somebody called in about a dog being skunked, and the lady at the desk is like, well, what we've come up with now is hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, Dawn,
And
don't
Dawn.
bathe them, make a
Right.
paste, cover them the paste, and I don't know why, I'm just sitting there listening because my
You
dog was
remembered
back,
it.
and so when he got skunked this morning, I'm like, okay, we're gonna try this, you know, but the lady on the phone told the lady, she's like, well, it takes about a year. I'm like, a year? I'm like, you better not smell for a year, people.
I
But-
swear mine smelled for 2 years. Every time he got
Just
his
wet.
head got wet.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Because you
I know.
can't really get their
I know.
face
That's
in
true.
there.
Well, let me tell you, he
Yeah,
only
or
has
their
one
ears.
eye, so I
Yeah.
saturated him with the paste.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I saturated him. So he actually, for as bad as he was, I think I did a pretty good job. But
You know,
least
one
you're
day,
clean.
one day at work, I would get there real
Oh, I
early,
remember
and
you smelled.
Denise came in. Jack and Denise worked together, and she said, "Is there a skunk out here?" Here, my Vera Bradley purse, you know, those
Yeah.
fabric purses. There, we sleep with the bedroom window open,
Right.
and there was a skunk outside, not near my purse. And honest to God,
smell.
I took that to work
absorb.
with me, and the whole
Right.
place smelled like skunk. Yeah.
Empty. They're brutal.
Oh, they are,
brutal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We had a couple years ago. We had a bunch of family coming in town, and we have a van that kind of has an RV, like has a little bed in it. So my son's like, I'll just take it down to Pasture Four, Mom, and I'll camp out, and that way you can have my room. This is when he was younger. This is a couple years ago. So I'm like, that'd be great. And he went down there, and all of a sudden, like midnight, he calls me, and I'm like, what? He's like, Mom, I opened the door. He had one of our dogs, and there was a skunk outside, and it sprayed him and the dog. And I'm like, don't come up to the house. I have all these guests. It was actually my mom's funeral. It was 3 years ago. I'm like, don't come up. Everybody's staying at my house. I have 100 and some people coming tomorrow.
my God.
And so we came out to the barn in the wash stall, and so you just get, once they get you, it's just
It's forever.
Strong,
yeah,
too.
it's
Makes
greasy.
you sick to your
Yeah.
stomach.
Yes, it burns your tongue.
Yeah.
Oh well, what are you gonna do? So
Look
yeah,
how sweet.
I know. How rally.
You're so sweet.
Yes.
Did you get him with one eye, or was it kicked out?
No, he's kind of has 9 lives. He's been run over by the 4-wheeler. He ran into a fence and a big hole in his side. They had to suture up. Then a few years ago, you can see his back. I had a pot of boiling water with pasta.
Oh my God.
And he ran and I tripped.
Oh my
And
God.
so it went and he had 3-degree burns. So
Oh my
for
God.
6 months, he was wrapped in Manuka honey
Oh
every day.
Yeah.
And he was all
He does have 9
infected.
lives.
Yeah, and then he developed this massive non-cancerous tumor, and it got so big, and he was at M.Ed seeing the gentleman there, and the eye popped, like started popping out of the side. And the guy's like, we really need to take this out. And I'm like, okay. So then we had that taken out, and now he's developing, you can't see it, but he's a certain way he's developing another one of those tumors on the other side of his head,
Oh,
kind of the back
jeez.
of his neck. But
Oh,
I mean, what are you
jeez.
going to do? So we
Yeah.
always laugh. He's like a cat, because we're like,
He
you know, he
is.
keeps just bouncing back. I mean, he got run over by the 4-wheeler bad, and dang if he didn't just, get up and move on. He's just crazy. But he was one of Dave's clients had Jack Russells.
Okay.
And all the Jack Russells were really little and petite.
Yeah.
And Dave sent me pictures, and I said, oh, I really like that one. Well, he brought home the wrong one, which is fine. So of course I fell in love with them. And all of the Jack Russells stayed really small and petite. We're not sure what happened to him. Something is not right about this dog. I'm just saying, I love him. He's the best dog ever. Follows me everywhere.
Look at
does
the little
this.
tail.
Yeah, he's always
Look at
within
that.
5 feet of me. But if you saw the rest of the dogs, they're just perfect Jack Russells.
I know.
And we're like, and even the lady, Margaret Fuchs, she's like, I have no idea what happened to this one. And like I said, it's funny because we brought him home, like, that's not the one I showed you I wanted. He's like, this is the one you're getting. I'm like, fine. So
It was meant to
it was
be.
meant to be.
Yeah.
So we have a,
Look
he's
at
my
you.
buddy. Yeah.
Look at his little tail.
I know, he's shaking. He's good.
You're so cute.
We love our Jacks. So I'll
That
show you
is,
roll of it
I
too.
swear he's performing.
I know. Well, I will tell you, I don't usually teach my dogs tricks, but I wanted a dog to learn a trick, so I taught him bang.
Oh.
So whenever he wants
Every
a
vet's
treat,
nightmare.
yeah, whenever he wants a treat, he plays
does.
that. Yeah. So this is, I've been here long enough, someone should give me a treat. Yeah.
I usually carry
yeah,
some.
yeah.
I don't
So
have any with me. I'm so sorry.
I've never taught a dog a trick, but I was determined to teach him a trick, and I did. I taught him bang, and like as soon as we start dinner, he just the whole time you're eating, he just lays here dead. Yeah. And usually I have treats in my pocket too, so he knows.
I
he's
know.
gonna get
We
something.
left
He's
so
like,
quick. Oh my
He's
God.
like, do you see me? I'm playing dead.
everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's got a
Yeah.
treat.
Yeah. I really think someone should give me something.
That is great. Oh, Duke, that's probably good.
Is he your favorite dog?
I don't really have a favorite. Everybody, I really love. I mean, he's my most loyal. Like he's always
Yeah.
with me. I teach. He's right in the arena. He never leaves my side.
I love it.
So about 5 years ago, my son was still in college. So I don't know how long ago. My son kind of came up with the idea when mental health was really growing. My son was a cross country runner, ran in college, and got his personal trainer's license. And he's like, Mom, I really think fitness would be really good for these kids, you know what I mean? And something that they could take home. We could give them like programs at home to do so they're not on the computer all the time, help with their eating habits. So my son asked if he could develop a program. So we wrote a grant, got funded by the GPD Foundation. They have supported us from the start. And so we run a fitness program now. So we took one of the garages, turned it into a gym. And so he has about 30 kids a week, and he does personal training with them. Some of the kids ride in the program, some do not. A lot of them are boys that just don't want to ride, but he works with them and does the same thing and develops programs for them that they can work out at home and then come back and meet with them, and he writes them out programs. And so he does that. Same sessions we run, spring, summer, and fall. Summer he's really busy because he can do it all day long. In the spring and fall, just after school hours. So he developed it, and he's been running it, and we've thought about trying to go off site and build a little gym and do all that. But for right now, we're managing, you know, here. Yeah, because he takes some running and he does
this is
activities
perfect.
here. Yeah. And the other day, my four-wheeler died out here in the field. So one of the workouts was they had to push the four-wheeler up in parking. Yeah. So they do all sorts of stuff. But yeah. So that's what that is. So that's been going. It might be 5 or 6 years now we've had that program. Yeah, and my son manages it and does it, and so we've just incorporated it in part of our program. So yeah, so it's great. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in today. We hope you learned some valuable information about making decisions about your pet's health.
And don't forget to follow us on social media and subscribe on podcasts, because we love to have those likes. Thanks so much for listening.
That's actually really good. You could both go bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, yeah.
How about woof woof?
Speaking of Pets podcast has been sponsored by Vetromax Solvacare Gel, the industry-leading treatment for idiopathic hyperkeratosis. Available from your vet or visit chewy.com to save 15% with promo code VETROMAX.